troubleshooting my dual pump setup and I found my problem. So for those of you following this, my engine is going to be back really soon, probably a couple of weeks. The damage was minimal. The pistons were cleaned up. They're really good. The burn marks that I saw on the pistons was actually just coolant buildup from the head gasket being blown. I do have a little bit of damage in between the cylinders on the block, so we're going to deck the block a little bit, and then we're going to mill the heads, probably, I can't remember what they said, 5 thou on each, probably. But end result will be raising the compression up a little bit, and we did not have an MLS or any sort of a multi-layer steel head gasket in. Now we're going to go to that. So luckily things aren't really bad. We'll have it up and running here shortly. I've been doing some work on it. I'm toying with painting the engine bay. We'll see how that goes. But right now, I am troubleshooting the fuel system to find out why I lost fuel pressure. Some interesting things to note. So I took apart my Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. So this guy right here, I took apart the fuel pressure regulator. The diaphragm inside of here looks really good. So there's no issues with that. There was no buildup. There was, nothing. Everything looks really good. So I went to the back of my fuel system, and if you haven't seen my video, I've got a dual in-tank pump setup. I've got twin 340 pumps in the tank. One comes on with boost. Well, that didn't happen. So I took the pumps out. This is just the remnants of my gasket sealer that I put on here. So I took the pumps out. There is a little bit of I have no idea what that is. I tried to pick it up with a magnet. It's not magnetic. I have no idea what that crud is. I don't know if you can see that or not. But there's some stuff down in the tank there. Get a better idea of the kind of crud that's in the bottom of the tank. And I'm not sure what all that is. It's not metal, so it's got to be, I don't know, it's got to be dirt, debris, or scale from the inside of the tank that's been coming off. I'm not sure. Maybe when I switched to E85, maybe it's cleaning up some of the tank. But regardless, all of that junk you see right down in there, all of that's got to go. So what I'm working with here is just a pump. I'm going to stick one end down in there, try to suck some of that stuff up, and the other one I'm going to put down here onto a paper towel so I can kind of see the junk that comes up. Give you the idea. I cleaned up the entire sump area there. I used my handy dandy little siphon tool, and I got all the crud out of there. I tried to find anything else in there that I could to get out of there if there's any other junk laying around. It really just looked like a bunch of scale, honestly, from the inside of the tank. You can see I scraped a little bit there with a screwdriver to see if some of that was coming off there. I'm not sure. It might just be time for a new tank there. Have no idea what that is. It could just be some rust. I felt around on the inside of the tank. Everything feels clean. So I'm not sure what it is that fell in there. Maybe I have no idea. But I did have a very, 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 very dirty fuel sock. So it was pretty obvious that my secondary pump hasn't been coming on for a while, because this filter really just looks like it got set in the tank. There's nothing on it, nothing wrong with it. The other one, however, this is my primary pump. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that thing's plugged as plug can get. So here's what happened. I've got a primary pump that runs all the time. Then as soon as I get into boost, I've got a secondary pump that comes on. The secondary pump did not work. It did not come on at all. The output was firing, but the pump never came on. And the primary pump was losing its signal to run. So here's what happened. I have this connector here, and these wires are just here for troubleshooting, but this is the negative for the secondary pump, and this is the positive for the primary pump. They had both pulled out of this connector and were barely making contact. So I looked inside this. You can see that contact and that contact are good. The other ones were hardly even in the end. So my secondary pump wasn't getting a good ground signal, and the primary pump wasn't getting a good power signal. So that's what happened. So I'm not sure how or why that came about. I wasn't having any issues with it running at all. It must have just been vibration, but I'll have to make sure I can get this connector back together so that I don't have any issues in the future, because that really sucks. So now I'm going to put this back together. We will get all of the bits and pieces tied up. So I'll get the fuel pump. The fuel pump's back in. I'll get them tested. We'll make sure it's working. Now with 2 fuel pumps, I should easily maintain 80 to 90 psi under boost and nitrous, which will be nice. But I've got a fuel pressure cutout switch to install on the nitrous side, so that if I do lose fuel pressure again, the nitrous won't spray. Then I've got to figure out something for the boost. Maybe there's really no safety settings with my MS2, so I'll probably have to upgrade to an MS3 to make it work the way I want. But I'm going to find a solution for the boost situation. That way, if I do end up losing fuel pressure, it cuts boost as well. I need that. I can set a high boost cut, but I can't. There's nothing for like low fuel pressure cut boost, not in my ECU. So that part kind of stinks. But we will be hopefully done soon. I wish. So I didn't. I didn't take any pictures, but I wish I would have. My last dyno video, if you remember, the clutch slipped really bad. The Scott that was running the dyno was like, "I think I smoked your clutch." I was like, "Nah, it'll be fine." Well, ran it for a while, and maybe 300 miles, 500 miles max. The clutch is, the pressure plate needs resurfaced, the flywheel needs resurfaced, and the clutch disc is just glazed over and not good. So I'm running a McLeod RST, which is the street version. I need to run the RXT, which is the race version. Either that or get twin disc setup, something. But I just love the clutch, the pedal feel of mine. The RST is fantastic. It really is a good clutch. But I need to figure something out so that I can hold the power, because I am definitely surpassing what an RST can handle. So I need to move to the RXT. But I'm thinking, before I get the engine put back in here, I want to repaint the engine bay. It's been this way since I've had the car. But I think I want to paint it the same color as the exterior. I got a color match of it, so I think I'm going to try to pull as much of this stuff. There's a ton of crap under the hood of my car, but I'm going to pull as much of this crap out as I can, and I'm going to try to shoot it with some red. I think it'd make it look a lot better, especially with not running a hood, you know. Well, there you have it. Hopefully the next couple of weeks I can get this bad boy running again, but that's going to come down to some of the little pieces. We'll see about the clutch. We'll see about the engine. I've got to get all that back. I've got to get it back together. And then with the increased compression that we're going to have, I'm going to have to give the it's going to have to be tuned a little bit more. I'll probably have to give it some more fuel with more compression, take a little timing away. So there's going to be some work that will have to be done. However, very soon, let's see if I can use my new race gear. Got a jacket and a helmet, so I'd like to get to the track and use it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being here for the update. I'll keep you posted, and as I get more done, you'll see more videos. Have a good one. See you guys later.